Do you have a hard time finding Michter's 10 bourbon for a reasonable price or finding it at all? Well, I have a few bottles today I'm going to go through that are way easier to find and way cheaper than Michter's 10. They might not be better, but for the value they present, they're really, really awesome. If you're new here and are enjoying the content, I would appreciate a subscription. Comment down below what is your favorite 10-year whiskey. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok at the Sullivan Speakeasy. Let's get into the video. So first, let's talk Michter's 10 bourbon. It's one of my favorite bourbons of all time. It is a 10-year age-stated 94.4 proof bourbon from Michter's distillery. And like I said, it's one of my favorites, but as we know, it's not cheap and it can be hard to find. I got my two at the distillery, and I believe retail this year is around $180, $195, so retail's gone up a lot. I still would pay that to make sure I had one in the speakeasy. Obviously I have two, so not worried for a little bit on that one. But it's really good juice. But yeah, a lot of people, it's hard to find, and hard to find at a good price at all. So let's get into some alternates. So the first one should come as no surprise if you followed my TikTok or Instagram for a while, but Russell's Reserve 10-year is the most accessible and cheapest bottle on this list that I'm going to go through. They should be in pretty much any store you go into, and if one doesn't have them, go down the street. I'm sure that store has them. It's 40, 45 bucks for 10-year Wild Turkey. This one is even the infamous LLME that supposedly has older juice in it. But even without the alleged older juice, this stuff is really, really good and really findable. Yeah, so there's Russell's Reserve, and then the next is a twofer coming out of Elijah Craig, or Heaven Hill, I should say. They are the barrel proof and small batch picks. I say that because even with a couple 10-year batch products for the barrel proof lately, most of the time those are going to be older. At least we hope they are. But starting with the small batch, this one is a 10-year age stated. See right there, and I got this for like $33. It was sitting on the shelf, and it's really, really tasty. I got this last year, and I'm already halfway done with it. Again, insane value. These range in age, I believe, from 8 to 11, maybe 12 years, but 10-year bottle, great alternate for Michter's. It's in that same proof point as well. And the 10-year barrel proof picks, again, these range in ages, but you can get 10-year picks. And for both of these, most stores have at least a barrel proof pick. Some will have the small batch as well, and again, 35 bucks-ish. These are like 70, maybe 80, so a little more expensive, but again, over half the cost of a Michter's 10-year. Let me put these right here. Just excuse the mess, we'll do that. And then last but not least, probably also should be no surprise, but Eagleware 10-year. And I know I can already see the comments coming, but Joe, my store has them, but they want $100 for them. Well, your store sucks, and they should not be doing that. But at least here in North Carolina, notorious for being a control state, they have become way more findable. Even the other day here in Charlotte, I found like 5 sitting behind the counter at one of my local ABC stores. They're for MSRP, which I think is like 45 bucks now. And yeah, so if you can get these for 50 and under, absolute buy. Eagleware is so freaking awesome, and comes out of Buffalo Trace, which we all know and love, for better or for worse. And yeah, so again, these are a few 10-year alternates for the famed Michter's 10 bourbon. And again, Michter's 10 is not bad at all, and these for the most part are not better than Michter's 10, but again, it is hard to find these $200 plus bottles for a lot of people. These are all under 100, under 80, and way more findable, and sometimes can be just as good. So again, let me know down below what your favorite 10-year whiskey is. Leave me a subscription if you don't mind, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Cheers, y'all.